Hello everyone, my name is Michael and today I'm going to be talking to you about World War II. My main entry question is how German and American soldiers of World War II compare. First I'm going to be talking about the uniforms that the Americans and the Germans had. These are the American uniforms. I'm going to be focusing on the one in the middle, which is the infantryman uniform. All soldiers carried a canteen full of water, one canteen. They would have a belt full of it was an ammo pocket belt. It would have 2 mags in each pocket. Every soldier would carry a shovel. It was where they would dig trenches. It was where they lived to sleep and for bomb raids. Soldiers carried about 25 pounds of weight on them, and they had gas masks with them. So no gas was used in the war. So late in the war, they dropped their gas masks right when they got into the field. The German infantrymen soldiers, one in the middle again, they had leather gloves, leather boots, and mostly all their equipment was leather. They had fancier ammo belts. They wore heavier clothes, and they were basically the same, except that the Germans had more protection. So this is the M1 Garand, the Americans' main weapon. It is semi-automatic. It does not take any mag. It takes an 8-bullet clip, which goes in the top right here. And the disadvantage to this gun is that when you finished your ammo, it would make a bing sound. And this was bad because it would tell the enemy that you're out of ammo and would give away your position. So the way the Americans got around this was to put in a new clip when there was 1 bullet left. This is the Germans' Kar 98K. It is bolt action, which means that every time you shoot, you have to pull back the bolt right here. A disadvantage to this gun is that when you shoot, you do have to pull back the bolt. So basically, if you're up close and you miss one shot, it is very unforgiving. But a well-trained soldier could pull back the bolt in maybe 2 seconds. Americans were only trained from 6 to 8 weeks and were sent out, so they really only knew how to use a gun, which was terrible because most of them didn't make it. While the Germans were trained from when they were 10 and they were drafted at 18, so they were trained for 8 years. And so we were fighting much more experienced soldiers in World War II. This is the American standard helmet. It is weird because it's the only helmet in the war that had 2 pieces. It had the liner underneath to keep the helmet sturdy, and it had the helmet itself. The helmet weighed about 5 pounds. The German helmet is much different. It had no liner and it was 1 piece, and it was made of steel. The good thing about this helmet was it could be used as a wash basin, a cooking pot, and even a bathroom. Soldiers wrote letters. Soldiers wrote handwritten letters in pencil. This is a little piece of letter because it's too long and I couldn't fit it in. And when families write back, you get mail on a typewriter. All mail was censored by higher ranked soldiers. You couldn't tell anything. You had to keep the letters upbeat. The government was very secretive when World War II was on. And all mailmen were soldiers too, so they carried guns with them if they were delivering. Soldiers did not bring that many personal possessions. They only bring like a picture of a loved one, cigarettes, tobacco, cigars, maybe a deck of cards. And sometimes they would bring candy that they were sent up or they had it with them. Some of the candies that were around that you should know are like M&M's, Hershey's, Charms, Butterfingers, and Milky Ways. My interview's name was Kurt Peeler, and he is the director on the Institute of World War II and Human Experience. He was also one of the main history teachers at Florida State University. I made a Skype call to him and I learned a lot about the GI units and the German soldiers. My site visit was the Intrepid Sea, Air, and Space Museum. It was a great experience. I got to see where soldiers lived, I got to see planes from World War II, and I got to see cannons that the soldiers had on ships. Fun fact, this Intrepid survived 5 attacks in World War II. Thank you for watching. I'm studying the past to be your